Okay, oh my god. Time now is 9:42 a.m. I slept from 4:30 to 9:30. So like 5 hours basically. Could have been worse, but still not enough. I wish I don't have to go to set. But then again, on the bright side, this is gonna be the last set day of my school life. Undergrad. So, yeah, enjoy it while it lasts, you know? Yeah, the call time is 10:15 and I'm definitely gonna be late. It's 9:40 right now. Uh, but that's like fine. Uh, I still have no response back from Sunny. I feel like she's like avoiding to answer me, but we'll see. And I'm coming back a little early because I have a meeting over Zoom and etc. Uh, yeah. Mm, I'm so tired. God damn. Okay, tonight is 3:30. I do like that I've beaten the 5 a.m. curse, it seems. Tonight 3:30, okay? Tonight is 3:30. Uh, yeah, pretty much.
Oh, one of these, I think, clips. There's like a clip of it. It's like I used it on I wore it for like every lockers is amazing. I just wore it like every day for a year. If you can.
Okay, oh my god, it's so cold. Time now is 2:54 a.m. in the morning. I'm gonna go to bed soon. Yeah. Damn, so today is fine. I woke up and I felt really bad. 5 hours sleep is not enough, and I'm also having acne. I have another pimple here. Great. I'm dying. Literally the last week of my school life has been grueling, just non-stop sleep deprivation, and um, yeah, and yeah. I woke up and I didn't even have breakfast. I think I just immediately headed over to SCA, and the call time is 10:15, but really I arrived at 10:35 ish, and I was literally the first person to arrive aside from Avikai. But yeah, we set up and then we didn't really have much to set up. The lights were there already, the camera's there, it's charged. Instead, I met this other guy, Alec, who was a CAM student last year, graduated, and he's a bit of a cinephile, even though he started with a biology major, but he switched to CAMs. He's nice, he's fine, he's cool. We talked about David Lynch, and yeah, on the call sheet, Toll, isn't it? What? Toll is literally in every set ever. It's hilarious how much I see him on every single set. He was on Stardust yesterday. I wasn't on Stardust. But yeah, today's set was fine. It went on really fast. The actors arrive, we roll, and then etc. 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 And it's fine. It went really fast, and we had Panda Express for lunch. But several interesting things, I guess slightly interesting things happened. So Avihai wanted to connect the camera to the TV so that he can see the TV. And he had to ask Creative Tech to come and help. And then Emma suddenly shows up. Turns out she's in Creative Tech. I did not know that. That's hilarious. And Avihai introduced me to Emma, and it's like, yeah, we know each other. Are we for real? For real? And then, yeah, we just talked. And that was kind of funny. And then a little bit later, Christian showed up. I was texting Christian, and I told him I'm on this set. And Christian's like, what set? And I'm like, this experimental documentary. Christian's like, where? I'm like, stage 2. And he's like, okay, I want to come and check out. And I'm like, okay, but it's going to be weird because it's a small crew. But he showed up anyways. He was outside and he just came in for like 10 minutes and he took a look and then he left. And that's interesting because that was right after I texted Maisie. I and Maisie talked a little bit. And Maisie talked about how she misses film sets. She's not going to sets anymore and she kind of misses it. And I'm like, missing it? I thought you're sick of it. And she's like, no, but I miss, like, you know, the hangout and stuff. And in fact, I hung out with Christian last Saturday. And I'm like, wow. I could argue that, okay, to be fair, me and Christian, we both met Maisie at the same time, I believe. But I feel like I got closer to Maisie first. And I never hung out with Maisie. What are you talking about? But no, I'm happy for them. And it's interesting how fast they grew close together. But yeah, anyways, the final interesting bit is Toll showing up, and we talked, and it was fine. And then that's it. And then at around 5:15-ish, I left. I came back by bus. And I saw Diego, didn't say hi. I saw Cheyenne, waved hi, she waved hi back. And then I took a bus and went back home. And after I returned home, I took a shower and everything. And then from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. there's a Zoom meeting about Cams Fams. And I thought it's like necessary, like everyone has to go. I hopped onto the Zoom meeting 15 minutes late. Turns out there's like 4 people in there. And no one's talking, and it's super awkward, and it's like a drop-in, like, just ask questions if you can kind of situation, and I was like, fuck, I shouldn't have come. And then Grace Gordon was there, and she's like, oh, do you have any questions? And I'm like, well, I guess I'll just tell them that I might be late because I have a complet class on Friday from 11 to 12, and I might go to the conference late. And then she's there, and then Edith joined, and then Edith was like, well, we made this program like a whole week ago, and you had the chance to read it, and now it's too late to change. You should have told us earlier. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not complaining. This isn't a complaint. Like, I'm not expecting you to change the program now. I'm just telling you I might be late. And I was like, no, like, I was more so trying to tell you that I'm either going to be late for Cams Fams or I'm going to, leave my own class earlier. Like, I was making the decision. And Grace Gordon was like, well, the decision has been made. You have to be here on time. And I'm like, okay, sorry for asking questions. And then I left. And then I feel kind of bummed out because turns out this meeting is not necessary. I could have stayed. I could have stayed on set until the end. I could have stayed until it wraps. And it wouldn't have made a difference. And I felt kind of bad. And also, today might be the last day I'm going to be on set this school year in my undergrad life. And suddenly, when I was leaving, I felt a sense of melancholy. I felt a little sad. I'm like, is that it? That's all? For every single set I've done in my USC life, that's it, I guess. And I haven't made a PD to great set. I haven't done that much, but I guess that's it. And that almost made me think I should go to another set before I graduate, just to make it more conclusive. But what is a conclusive set? What is a satisfying final set, right? Like maybe Hollow Man would be a good ending because I think I had a lot of fun there. But even if it ends there, I wouldn't be like super satisfied. I think there is no good ending. Like there's every ending is just gonna be like, oh, I guess that's it. I guess that's it. So a little sad, and then at the same time, at 9-ish. So also, I ran out of food. I don't have enough vegetable. I don't have like, I only have some choy sum, and that's it. And I need veg. So I went to Trader Joe's, and it was the historic record fastest Trader Joe's run ever. Literally called a Lyft. The Lyft arrived in 1 minute. Zoomed over to Trader Joe's, and it was like what 8:57, 3 minutes before Trader Joe's closes. I didn't run, walked into Trader Joe's, bought a bunch of stuff, lined up, got out, returned home at 9:20, and then I'm so tired. Before Trader Joe's, I fell asleep on my chair, and then after that, I spent a lot of time just doom scrolling, looking at my phone and just like whatever. And then I had a call with Kate and talking about my film because Kate seems a bit reluctant to produce my film. Kate read my script. It's 36 pages long. It's fucked up. It's insane. And Kate is like, I don't know. I have no idea how are we gonna make this. And so I called, and it was really noisy. There's a lot of noise in the back. And it's like Ethan Kwan and Daniel Pan, etc. They just played dodgeball, and for a moment, I wanted to like walk over to see the dodgeball, but I didn't. I'm too tired. Sometimes you can't be that greedy. Sometimes you can't be that greedy and show up to every social event and not miss anything. Sometimes you just have to let it go. And today I had to let it go. I'm just too tired. Yeah, I called Kate and talked about my thoughts, and I hate when I'm sleep deprived. I just don't sound as articulate, but yeah, I have a lot of thoughts about my film, The Empire. I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of thinking, and yeah, and that's pretty much it. And then I had dinner, and then I just spent a lot of time not doing anything. I also talked with Audrey, the Asian girl, a little bit. I don't know why, even though Audrey's always been like this innocent, naive girl, I feel like she's been a little spicy, just slightly, very, very tiny dash. She texted me, she's like, oh, you're in Cam's Fams, and I'm like, yeah, oh my god, I haven't even seen the program. And I was joking around with her a little bit. I like that when I'm not actively trying to force myself to be attracted to her, I find myself way more comfortable around her. Which is so nice, by the way. Like, we see each other once every month, and it's like, who cares? I love it. It's like Natalie. I mean, Natalie's like, I would argue that my relationship with Natalie and, like, Zara and Leia are maybe, like, the pinnacle of relationships, because they're like friendships, but they're so light, and they're so inconsequential. I can meet them once every 2 to 3 years. We meet, we have a meal, we talk, and then we disappear from each other's lives for a few years. And it's like, we don't really care, but it's great because we respect each other, we remember each other, we like each other, we just don't care that much. Not enough to, like, create problems. And I think that's the pinnacle. Okay, I'm speaking too much, I digress. No news from Sunny. I don't think she even read the text. And I'm also like, I was looking at Instagram and I saw a USC Concerts Instagram account, and they're posting just like cool outfits, and literally Cheyenne's in there, and she looks really cool. This like, I think bikini, and then a net over it, and then a cap, and then I saw Sunny and her friend group, and Sunny's in this. She looks like an anime villain, like thick makeup, like really fucked up, kind of like not even emo. She just looks like, how do I even describe her makeup? She looks wasted. She looks like a crackhead. She looks like an evil crackhead. And then she's wearing this like very dumb shirt, like meme, and then like net, it's like fishnet, and then very low waist pants. And she's doing this pose, and she looks horrifying. I'm scared of her. Jesus Christ. And I've never felt that way with Sunny. I know Sunny's like a little bit sick in the head, but I've never, I think it's only last Thursday and this Instagram post where I truly began to felt like, oh my god, she might actually be crazy. Like, she's hanging out with all these random mysterious friends that I've never seen them before. Like, she probably met them online or on some like dark web or something. And then, like, what does she do? You know? But then I meet her, like, when I filmed her for Septum, she's just that, I don't know where I am. And then, and then, like, and then, okay, well, hold on. Yeah, and then, in the Click to View meeting, she's just like, haha, woo. Like, when I ran into her at SCB, she's just, like, in this gray jacket, like, but she, like, just from, like, last Thursday and this post, she's horrifying. Like, I've never been scared of her before, but, like, truly I am a bit scared of her now. So, like, even Cheyenne's not that scary. Like, Cheyenne's just, like, extremely sexual. Like, when I walked into Cheyenne today, she's, I mean, no one goes to school with no bra. That's a little extreme. I think she's wearing a bra, but it was so, like, yeah, it's almost as if she's not. I don't know. I'm overthinking things, but Sunny is fucking horrifying, which makes me even more interested, I guess, which is bad. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add. I'm gonna add the Vietnamese professor for letter rec. I'm gonna really look for jobs. Holy ball sacks. I'm actually gonna do it. And then what am I gonna do? I'm gonna have a haircut. I wanna have a haircut. My hair is a little too long now. If I have a haircut in late April and time it right, I'm gonna look fly as hell for mid-May for graduation, and late May I'm gonna look fine. So late April, and all the cool parties and showcases are like early May. So I want to have a haircut before all that happens. So late April haircut would be the right timing indeed. So I'm gonna aim for that. And yeah, I just want to hang out with people, and I was a little melancholic for a bit actually. When I was cooking dinner, I was having a lot of thoughts, and I thought about Maisie, and I thought about Christian, and I thought about Colin and Anya, and I thought about just like all the sad things and all the cool artsy people. And I feel like the APCA group is like in a separate world, but I might also include them in this conversation. Jayun and all these people I've met, and we all have our stories to tell, right? We all go through things. We all tell stories. And, you know, and this moth lady I follow on Twitter, she made a tweet saying, I don't usually talk about my personal life, but I had severe depression for 10 years, especially when I was 19, and I went from doomer girl to bloomer girl, and, you know, I've changed so much, and I'm so happy I've changed. And I also saw a tweet, I saw news about how Harrison Ford is, like, depressed for a while, and I'm like, wow, we're all just so sad collectively. And then I was thinking about, like, I got kind of emo for a second, and I was just thinking a lot about, like, needing someone to cry on, like, needing someone's shoulder, and needing someone to connect, needing to get vulnerable. I realize that I'm rarely truly myself in front of people. There are, like, many layers to me. I think there's a difference between me being comfortable with people and me being comfortable plus vulnerable. I think now, in front of like APC people and collective view, I'm proud to say I've grown comfortable. But am I vulnerable though? Because if I truly go up to them and actually talk like myself, like I am now, like I realize I don't do that. I feel like the only person I get to truly be vulnerable with as of now is actually Christian, which is so, again, like every single year it changes. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's Potter and then it's Michelle. But I rarely get the chance to be vulnerable with people. I rarely get the chance to let people know my true feelings and thoughts, and yeah, it's like 3 a.m. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna stop it here. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna miss people. Maisie texted me saying, we should all hang out. We should have a production designer dinner. But even if it's not production design related, let's just hang out as friends. Like, what's so difficult about hanging out because we need the company of each other? Maybe sometimes people socialize not because we want to use each other. Maybe because we just want to be around each other. I feel like we just forgot about that fact. Or maybe I forgot. Maybe the people around me have forgotten. And just the people around me. Yeah. Okay, time now is 9:38 a.m. in the morning on April 13th. 14th. Fuck. We're exactly 1 month away from graduation. 32 days left? 31 days? Something like that. Fuck me, man. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, gotta savor every day, savor every moment. I slept from 4:35, oh, fuck me, 4:35 to 9:25, and then plus 10 more minutes. And, yeah. It was subpar. The sleep was not great. I woke up in the middle, or maybe I just didn't fall asleep at all in the first hour. Not too sure. But, yeah. I really want to just sleep. I really want to just sleep. Like, lay on my bed and wake up naturally. Oh my god. So tonight, 3 a.m. still stands. The 3 a.m. goal is still a thing. Also, yes, I'm going to Alamo Draft House at 7 p.m. to watch the drama. So that's cool. And then, yeah, I also actually finally started looking into OPT last night. And as it turns out, I was like, oh yeah, I actually don't need a job to apply for OPT. I don't need a job yet. I can just apply now first. So I'm gonna actually start applying today. Right. Yeah, I'm turning down Anna Iwasawa's PD. I'm sorry, but I just cannot do it anymore. I have people to hang out with, man. I have things to do, people to hang out with. I'm gonna start working on shit, okay? I'm gonna start working on a pitch deck for the Empire, editing a reel for the Empire, reel references. I'm gonna, yeah, I hope Arjun sees my text. I hope Sunny sees my text. Again, I really want to get to know her better. I think she's really interesting. And my phone isn't fully charged because my USB-C line is fucking broken. yeah, but we're entering the third last week of school, and I gotta, you know, yeah, I gotta fucking do it. I gotta do it. I gotta go out there, man. I gotta go out there. So, yeah, I don't really have much of a dream. I think I saw people walking around, and I'm guessing if they are in competition or not in competition, or which section they're in, as if they are films in the Cannes Film Festival. Also, at like 3 a.m. last night, the director's fortnight list is announced, which is really interesting. Way better than the last year's director's fortnight list. Lots of films I really want to catch, and I hope I don't miss them. So, yeah. Damn. I wish I'm going full time for Cannes, but unfortunately that is not the case. But, yeah. Uh, and then that's it. I think that's it. I just no more film sets, just my own shit from now on. Yep. Yep. I have made the decision. I have made the decision. No more sets. I'm done. Uh yeah. Yep. Damn.
Old movie I could never watch. It would have been like over under.
What the hell? How is this place, bro? So, time now is 10:37, which is weird. Usually when I film these kinds of videos, it's usually, midnight or 2 a.m., 3 a.m., but now I'm doing it quite early, because I'm gonna have dinner now, but I'm not that hungry yet, so I'm just gonna talk for a while and then we'll see. So, today is exactly 3 weeks left before graduation, or like the last 3 school weeks, and then a couple more before graduation. So 5 weeks, but 3 weeks left basically, and yeah. Um, I woke up today, and even though I only slept for about 5 hours or a little less, I felt a rush of fire in me. I felt a rush of energy. Maybe, even though last night I was kind of sad that it's my last film set, somehow that sadness dissipated, and today I felt free. I'm like, great, I don't have a film set anymore, and I have all weekends are free from now on, and I'm ready to destroy the fucking universe with the last 3 weekends, man. I'm ready to destroy. So I woke up and I honestly felt a little energetic. I didn't have breakfast. I changed my clothes. I got to SCA. And then I bought dulce de leche bread at Coffee Bean. And the cashier, who is this Latina woman, old Latina, not old, middle-aged Latina, I don't know. She was like, "Oh, good taste, sir," which is so funny. I assume that dulce de leche is rarely picked, mostly because people just don't know what it means, and only people who understand Spanish or is close to Mexican culture would know. But I thought to myself, I want to try every item in Coffee Bean, and dulce de leche, sweet of the milk, can't go wrong with that. And yeah, it can't go wrong with that. To be fair, it tasted pretty similar to the cheese Danish I had, but it's fine. I went to third floor, I sat down, and I worked on some stuff, and then I walked over to religion class, took the religion class, spoke up. I received a notebook from the professor because I got the quiz right last Tuesday, and then went over to comp lit class where I was still awake for the most part, but in the second half of the class, when the professor started playing a video and dimmed the lights, I started dozing off a lot. And then after that, I walked over to SCA and I spent some time drawing and reading. I opened a new notebook, which was really refreshing. I started off my notebook with a giant portrait of myself, just from memory. It was mid, but I tried. And then I tried emulating some manga. And then I spent another half an hour reading and annotating The Myth of Sisyphus. And I made my way through page 14, I think, which is not that impressive, but I'm still really happy that I'm drawing and reading. And somehow drawing and reading made me feel good. Like, I felt kind of good after drawing and reading. And, yeah. Yeah. I felt kind of accomplished. Went back home. I walked back home, I walked back because I don't want to wait 20 minutes for a bus. And then I realized I didn't really have a lot of time until I had to get out again for the drama, for Alamo Drafthouse. So I arrived. At 7 p.m. I arrived, and turns out I had to sit through 20 minutes of commercials. And then we watched the drama, and it was really good. And then I took a bus back home, and here I am. And I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling okay. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. I wouldn't say it's a explosively blissful day, but it is a satisfying day. And it's really interesting because there are so many things I could look at and be like, oh, my life sucks. The rejections from 480, from Camps Fest, and also my short film, The Empire, as it's entering pre-production. Again, every single short film I've made, I always think about giving up. I've never made a short film without thinking, oh, I should do this. So I'm subjecting myself to a lot of stress. But somehow I'm feeling confident that it's going to happen. And also it's like, I don't know, I'll do whatever the wind tells me. And yeah, on the matter of love and relationships, given that there's only 30 days left, it's too late, and I hate to say this. I had 4 years I have 4.5 years to figure out my shit romantically, and I still couldn't. I loved and failed twice, basically. But honestly, I feel grown. I don't know why, but I actually spent a lot of time today talking to myself and thinking to myself. Just, sort of like thinking about my life so far, retroactively thinking about my school life, how far I've come, my pain, my anguish, my growth. Again, like, I feel like for the last 3 years, a few years, and even today, I was like, I'm gonna go fucking crazy. I'm gonna start performance artsing. I'm gonna start barking at people, screaming, growling. But this time, I'm for real. And I'm gonna try to do this goth makeup thing. And I'm gonna just be weird and embrace being weird. Because why not, It's the last of the semester, and I also feel really appreciative that I'm finally becoming myself. I feel like, me having ear piercings, eyeliner, nail polish, lipstick, and then a choker, maybe weirder fashion. I think this all kind of accumulates, because I'm finally becoming myself. I'm finally getting more and more comfortable with myself. I'm maybe somewhat adjacent to like the edginess of Click to View. I'm also Asian and film, so I'm like adjacent to APCA, but not really. At the end of the day, I'm doing my own thing, and there's no one in SCA like me. And for better or worse, honestly. But yeah, also thinking a lot about how just like something really stuck to me last Thursday where Sunny was like, "Oh, I'm this person because I'm edgy and sad," and in my head I'm like, bro, being edgy and sad is like the default of being in this club. And you know, earlier today, she actually made a bunch of Instagram posts, stories. One in particular is that she made a song. She was singing, but her vocals are like chopped up in this crazy hyper pop trap rap song, and the beat is produced by some random dude in China. Which A, really cool that she has another talent and passion. B, she might be fluent in Mandarin. And despite the fact that she's from Seattle, out of all places. Um, and she also showed the lyrics, and the lyrics are really edgy. It's like, I just want to kiss, but like the world is falling apart, blah, blah, blah. And she said in the caption, like, I know this is corny, but I spent like a long time writing this. And in my head, I'm like, okay, it's corny, but so what? I feel like as artists, we are allowed to be corny. Like if you're in STEM or if you're IT or finance, like fuck off. But the thing is, as artists, of course we all go through our edgy teenage phase, 13, 14, 15. We, especially me, including me, we were edgy. I listened to Death Grips and Swans, and I go to school wanting to, like, blow the school up and hurt people. And, I'm really sad, and I developed these crazy delusions about people conspiring against me, and I have these ridiculous conspiracy theories, and yeah, I used to be edgy, and then I write all these sad poems about killing myself and the world ending and how no one loves me. And then, yes, 18, 19, 20 years old, I look back, I'm like, that's cringe. But then at some point you look back again and you realize that's not cringe. I mean, it comes from a dark place, but it's genuine, it's sincere, and you gotta embrace it. You gotta embrace that pain, and if you do it again, but be articulate about it and still function and function in society. Be normal with people. Don't actually be insane, but allow yourself to go crazy. I think to embrace that cringe is the next step. It's being an artist. So yeah, I hope she embraces her whatever cringe, even though I think she's really cool. Her fashion's really cool. She seems like a crazy psychotic person who would actually kill you. And again, it's just like, what the hell happened in her childhood, man? All these people. And again, I think I talked to Maisie a little bit today, or maybe I didn't. I don't think I did, but again, Maisie's never trauma dumped on me. I don't know Maisie's lore, but I could smell the trauma from her. I know that's a weird thing to say, but I could smell the trauma from tons of people I meet. I could smell it from Colin. And I think we should all just like get dinner together or not talk about it. Like I just think, yeah, I just think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful that we're all collectively fucked up, and people out fucked up me. Like, I was never that suicidal. I've never tried to cut my wrists. Like, people, like, if Sunny used to be suicidal, I wouldn't be surprised, man. And, yeah. Yeah. But I think it's beautiful. We're all just, like, going through it, we've been through it, and we're all just, like, learning to process it. And we don't know that we are processing it. We can only feel. Yeah. And Cheyenne running away from Scientology and so on and so forth, basically. I don't know. I think right now, where I'm at, I don't think I am particularly in love with anyone. But then again, if I have to do Russian roulette in my head, I don't know why I think of Russian roulette. Let's just say I'm given a bunch of items. Some items appeal to me, some appeal more. But if I, gun to my head, if I have to pick one that's like interesting, it's Sunny. And I'm also noticing her more and more. When we were watching the eels experimental video, she kept looking back and forth, trying to like look at our reactions. Yeah, okay, anyways, I hope she shows up for click to view because she's not reading my text. And also, what an evolution, by the way. Right? Like Mary, I couldn't even look at her in the eye. Leslie, texting was tough, but I text her and I talk to her in real life. Jayun, I literally hang out with her, even though not for a lot, but I hang out with her, we talk every day, we have phone calls, which I don't even do with Leslie. And now it's Sunny, it's just like, you know what, I'm interested in learning more, I'll just text her. And this is evolution with a capital E, my friend. Capital E. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna wrap it up here. I have a lot of things lined up in my to-do list. Lots of stuff to edit, projects to, the cams fams thing. I gotta prepare for that. I don't know how's that gonna turn out, but I hope it's gonna be fun. I have papers to write, and I gotta apply for OPT literally fucking tonight. And you know what? Forget about film sets because I have so much else on my plate. But I'm ready to tackle them all one by one, kill them all, and yeah, and have a haircut this weekend. Also forgot to mention that I met another roommate. Lauren is a black woman, so there are 4 black people living in this place now. 4 and then 2 Asians, which is an interesting turn of events, but hopefully things turn out fine. Okay, time now is 11:12 a.m. on April 15th. Yeah, so fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. I slept from 3:55. I beat the 4 a.m. curse. Yes, I did. To 10:10. I set my alarm to 11:10, but I woke up around 10 a.m. So, I was excited because 4 a.m. to 11, that's like, that's a solid 7 hours. I'll take that. But of course, just when you think you can get some good ass sleep, my roommate Mary chimes in with her beautiful, amazing, sweet, soothing vocals. Just oh, bling bling bloom, bling bling bloom, woo, 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 woo. And then I woke up at 10 naturally. So that's great. That's fucking great. I love it when that happens. I opened the door and I was like, Mary, I need to sleep. I'm still sleeping. And she's like, sorry, buddy, but I don't care. And then she kept singing, but at least she closed her door. But I can still hear her singing, and I couldn't fall asleep for a whole hour, so I'm wide awake right ball sacks now. Okay, let's talk about the dream before I forget. I don't remember much. I just remember America. I think I and my brother, we were traveling-ish, and we were in some town or in the suburbs of some city that I'm not too familiar with, but maybe still close to LA. There is a flat, long wooden house that is painted white at the side of the road. And it wasn't like a dense city. It wasn't foresty and rural either. It was kind of in the middle. And it was kind of quiet and a little sad. But there's this very long wooden house. And apparently in it is some sort of restaurant or maybe some kind of store. Me and my brother went in. I bought something, I believe. And then we left. And then a while later, Maybe I had to pay for something extra, or maybe I wanted some refund, but I went back into the store, and it was a little bit awkward because it was a little just yeah, little confrontational, and apparently someone else I know, maybe from school, like as in USC, not the school, maybe someone I know is there watching, and I'm just like, okay, but I still need the refund or to do the extra whatever. And I got it at the end. And that's it. Last night, I had a list of things to do, and I didn't really accomplish most of them. It was not productive. I spent maybe an hour filing my taxes, which is today. The deadline is today, but I did it, and it's goddamn so fucking annoying. So genuinely annoying process where I had to look at my passport, look at my visa. I have to get this W-2 file thing, and it took me forever to like navigate this labyrinth. But I finally did. I finally filed my taxes, and it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. But I have a bunch of other things that I need to accomplish today. The cams fam stuff, click to view video thing, editing, making a pitch deck. So it's gonna be a busy day. And again, I'm on fire. I'm ready to take on the challenge, and I hope I see Sunny. I don't know. She's interesting. I'm onto her. Yeah, I fell asleep on my chair last night. I think it was around 2:45 ish. I was beginning to doze off, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just close my eyes, and boom, I woke up again, and it's 3:20. But I refuse to believe I fell asleep on my chair for 40 minutes, you know? I don't think... Really? Did I really do that? That's crazy. Yeah, and that's it for today. It's gonna be a long ass fucking day. Of course, there's a Mary Sweeney class, but right afterwards, I'm gonna have a shift, and then right afterwards, I'm going to the gym. So, not a lot of time to do anything, really. So, yeah, that's all. Yeah. There's the police.
Just because it's like one of the last Wednesdays?
Maybe. Jesus Christ. Okay, it's like 4:15 right now. It's hella late. I'm gonna pop onto my bed like right now. Goddamn, today's a really long day, and because of that, I did nothing. I just could not fucking do anything, basically. I woke up feeling okay, a little energized, just a little bit. And then I went to class, and again, I thought maybe I could skip class, but then I didn't. I still went anyways. I sat down, and then turns out, first of all, I took the late bus, which is already really impressive that I wasn't late at all. I sat down, and today's class is about AI, and I immediately tapped out. I'm like, okay, I'm doing my own thing. So I opened my laptop, and the entire class today, I was just doing my own thing. I was literally just working on a bajillion things at once. I worked on my Cams Fams presentation, which I'm a little worried about because yesterday I didn't do much. Today I started the outline. Tomorrow's literally the last day I could work on that shit. So, fuck me. And yeah, that's mostly what I did. There was a break, and then after break we went back, etc., etc. I saw Emma again, and Emma was like long time no see during the break. At Coffee Bean, and then class over, I talked to Max, Yuchen's friend, and then we left, and then I was like, okay, so 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. I have nothing to do. Maybe I should get lunch with Christian. And yeah, I texted Christian. Christian's like, yeah, I'm down. But turns out Christian's class is going until 4:20, so instead I was like, fuck it. I went back to SCA and I ran into Ife and Alex Lee. I spoke with Ife a little bit. Turns out he got accepted into CAM's Masters. He applied last year and he just got in. So I was like, congratulations, hell yeah. Shout out to Ife, and Ife's like, let's grab lunch together sometime. And I'm like, sure. So who else did I run into? I feel like I ran into like 12 billion people. I walked through the village, and then Ethan Kwan slid right past me on a scooter saying, what's up, Enoch? And I'm like, oh, hey. And then I stayed around at the village. I waited a while. Christian showed up. I went to Dulce. I got matcha and breakfast burrito. My favorite combo. And I wanted to eat it before work. So we went to SCI, the little corner table at SCI, outside of the SCI building. We sat down and we had a really nice talk. We just catch up. I realized I haven't really talked to Christian in a while. I feel like the last time I really talked to him was, it wasn't that long ago. It was like 2 Thursdays ago after I did my workshop thing. But, yeah. And then, yeah. But it still feels like it's been a while. Oh my god. I'm exporting my video and it's fucking taking forever. It's taking 44 minutes to export a 30-minute video. No, at first it took like 10 hours. So frustrating. Anyways, we had a talk. It was nice. And then I went to work. He went back home. So from 6 to 8:30, I went to work. And it's my last shift of the semester. And it's a one-man job. So this morning, my employer emailed me saying, hey, you're the only one running the screening today. And in my head, I'm like, great. But I arrived on time. I did everything right. I basically, went to operations, and then operations went over to the pantry right beside SCA 108 Raised Art Theater. Opened the door, I grabbed a table, grabbed a tablecloth, grabbed a chair, I grabbed a stack of paper, which is the RSVP list for the screening. Grabbed all this stuff, set up, took like 1 minute. And then I just sat there and I just chilled. And I looked at my phone, I did some reading, did some research, and just chilled. And then at 7:05, Ethan Kwan walked past me again. And we talked a little bit, just a tiny bit. And then I also saw Keisha, because there's another screening happening in the other theater. The Mary Sweeney class theater. So Keisha went to that one, but I don't know what that one really is. So, the film happened, and it was fine. It was 1.5 hours long. I did my own thing. My laptop ran out of battery. And then, I just wrapped up. Not at some point. In the beginning, before the filming started, at 7:05 p.m., I grabbed a microphone, I went to the front of the crowd, and I gave a little speech. And I basically said, hi everyone, thank you for coming. Today we're watching this film called Marama, and it's distributed by this Watermelon Pictures, and it's opening this Friday at Lamela Theater. And when I was walking away, this old guy was like, actually it's pronounced Lemley. And I'm like, oh, sorry about that. And then after the whole screening, he came out and then he's like, wait, so do you pronounce it Lamela, Lemley? And like, Layla Lemley? And he's like, no, it's pronounced Lemley. And then in my head, I remembered, oh, it's that same guy. And he's like, yes, well, me and my friend, we're film buffs. We go there all the time. I know the guy who runs it. It's Lemley. And I'm like, okay. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But nothing else. Wrapped up at 8:45 and then walked over to the gym. And Christian comes back. And so we went to the gym for maybe an hour or so. I didn't really check the time. But yeah, it was really simple. We didn't do much. I did some lateral raises. I did some pull-ups. And I did some inclined bench press to like work on my upper chest. I realized my body is like a fucking triangle. Like my torso is like a triangle. It just sort of goes down. And it's just like I gotta work on my chest. I'm so tired. Yeah, and then yeah, we ran. I've never ran this much on a treadmill. I think I ran for like 25 minutes. That's why it took so long. I ran for 25 fucking minutes. But for some reason, usually, if I run for 10 minutes, I'm already dead. But for some reason today, I ran for 25 minutes and I felt fine. The music sort of put me in a trance and I was just going. But I slowed down and I speed up, I slow down, I speed up, I slow down, I speed up. And I was drenched in sweat. I was literally drenched. Which I think is good. I think it's a good thing. And yeah, and then yeah, and then I was prepared to go home, but Christian was like, I'm just gonna take a walk. And I'm like, you know what, I can walk with you. So we did a walk and talk. We just walked around campus and we talked, which is really nice. And I thought it would be chill and talk about whatever. It ended up being a really deep conversation where I spilled a lot of lore about myself and how I used to see a psychologist twice per year and the weird shit I would do when I was a kid. We talked about frat parties because we were talking about partying, and then Christian said he can like act like a frat guy basically. Like he can be very convincing even though his heart is not a frat guy's heart. And then I told him how like if I go into a frat party, I'd probably go insane, and I either stay like in my shell or there's a 1% chance I'll like go full blown like insane. And Christian's like, wow, I really want to see that. And we're walking at the Trousdale Parkway, and then suddenly we hear a woman screaming like, fuck you. And then we stopped, and Christian walked over, and there's this woman sitting on the ground leaning against DMC, and she's crying, and Christian turned on the flashlight on his phone and was like, are you okay? And she's like, yes, I'm okay, just leave me alone. And Christian's like, are you sure? Do you need help? And she's like, no, I just had a shitty day, just had a bad day. And she's like, please leave me alone. I didn't say anything. And Christian's like, oh, okay. So we both left. And yeah, that was kind of bizarre. We thought that she was maybe attacked by a man or something. But yeah, we walked away, and then I talked about how last year there was a time when, you know, I was supposed to meet Jayun and I ended up not meeting her, and I just spent an hour walking around campus screaming, shouting, talking to myself. And Christian's like, wow, I need to see you fucked up, you know? And yeah, and then we suddenly saw Finn Liu. I haven't seen her in a bajillion years, and I'm not even sure if it's her, but it's this small Asian girl on a tank top with colorful hair. I mean, who else can it be? And she's like jogging, or they're like jogging, and I can't tell if they are in a hurry or if it's just a jog. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's them. That's Finn. So yeah, anyways, we continued to talk. We walked through the USC Village, and there's like a bajillion people outside of Rock and Riley's, just like, because it's like some kind of like cool Wednesdays or something. It's such a bizarre night in the campus. and we just talked, and then we walked to frat row, we walked back, etc. And I talked a lot about my childhood. I talked about being cyberbullied in Form 2, the incident. I'm pretty sure the incident has a name. I forgot. But that incident, if you know what I'm talking about, I talked about badminton and how I used to be really crazy in badminton and I lost my innocence there. And my parents and then Christian's like, wow, like, do you bring this up to your therapist? And I'm like, no. I talked about how I get so like frenzied, like I get so enraged during badminton. I do blow kisses to girls, and I'm just like in this crazy raging mode. But yeah, I eventually went home at 11, and rookie mistake because 11 is basically too late. I went back home, I made big dinner, fried rice, pork chops, gailang, and then I ate it up, and then it's already fucking 2 a.m., and then I edited a video, and it's taking me 10,000 years to export, and I don't have time to watch a movie, I don't have time to look for jobs, I don't have time to finish the readings, I don't have time to work on my Camps Fams presentation, don't have time to watch Stranger Things, I have no fucking time. And today's supposed to be a freer day. Like, Wednesday's supposed to be freer and Thursday's supposed to be the busy day. So, this is fucked. I really want to skip class tomorrow, but I kind of can't. So yeah, and of course it's late. I need to go to bed, like, right now, because it's 4:30. So, oh my god. Time now is 9:42 a.m. in the morning. I slept from 5:10. It's April 15th. 16th. Oh my fucking god, man. I'm on 4 hours of sleep right now. And I think I have a new acne here. Not acne, sore. Yeah, I slept from 5:10 to 9:25. Last night I just cannot, man. I have so much to do, and I give myself a whole list of things to do, and I just cannot do it. Especially after dinner, I'm done. I just don't understand. One day has 24 hours, and it's just not enough. I have to go to bed like before 4 tonight because I have to give a presentation tomorrow, and that shit is important. So, yeah. I'm debating whether I should go to Click to View tonight because I got shit to do. I got a whole presentation to prepare, but if Sunny is going, I kind of want to go. If that's the only place I get to see her, and I'm not even sure if she'll show up or not. Yeah. My back and my arms are really sore, which is great, but my chest isn't. So, yeah. R.I.P. I'm just so tired, man. I'm just so goddamn tired. Oh my god. Oh my god. I had my laptop running overnight to export the college update video. Yeah. Like, no need to make, just like emotionless.
Okay.
Okay, time now is 1:34 a.m. in the morning. Okay, what are we, 29, 28 days away? Jesus Christ. My laptop is going insane again, which is really convenient because I'm extremely busy. I have a lot to do on my laptop, and of course, the moment I get busy, my laptop's like, no, thank you. So, hell yeah, babies. Hell yeah. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna do a quick video about today. Today I felt absolute shit. Woke up after 4 hours of sleep, and once again, I was really debating myself. I wanted to go to class. I didn't want to miss it. I didn't plan to miss it, but I didn't want to take the early bus. I want to take the late bus because I want to sleep more, and I don't care if I'm late to my religion class. So alas, I was late to my religion class. And I arrived, I sat down, and I ate a chocolate chip cookie this morning. I couldn't even finish it. Like, I didn't even finish the cookie. I ate maybe 1/3 of it. I wrapped it around a big piece of tissue. And then, holy shit. Okay, I'm just gonna wait. I wrapped it around a piece of tissue, and then I took a bus. I went over, and then I went to religion class, and then I finished the cookie. And then again, in religion class, I was paying zero attention. I was essentially just doing my reading. I finished one reading, and then I went to my complet class, and I tried to do my second reading for my essay film class. Every single week, it's cutting closer and closer. The first week of school, before the essay film class, I spent maybe about 4 days doing the readings. And then it's getting closer and closer. And then it's like the day before, like the Wednesday where I do the readings. And then today it's like I did a little bit last night and I did most of the readings today. So it's cutting it closer and closer and closer. And I couldn't finish it. I didn't finish the second half of the second reading. And I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'll raw dog the quiz. So complet class was fine. And then I told the professor that I'm gonna have to leave early because of tomorrow's Cams Fams thing. And then the professor was like, well, come to my... I actually cannot turn on my laptop. That's great. Wow, okay. Perfect. Right when I need it. Right when I need it. It just dies. I'm gonna wait for a while. Actually, I'm not gonna wait for a while. Let's turn it on again. Yeah, where was I? Right. I told my professor I have to leave early because of Cam's fans, and the professor was like, why don't you come to the earlier section? And, sure. So tomorrow I have to wake up an hour early because instead of going to my usual 11 a.m. discussion for complet, I'm going to the 10 a.m. section for my complet class, which is bonkers. But that's what I will do. Yeah. So I went to my essay film class, went to the classroom, and I wanted to arrive early because my laptop was basically dead because it ran out of battery. So I went there quite early, I plugged in my laptop, and then my professor came, and then we had a little talk. I told her about my whole Cams Fams thing and me struggling to find sources to the films that I want to talk about. Holy shit. Oh, that's great. This seems like it's gonna be trickier than the last 5 or 6 times my laptop died. Quote unquote died. It's not truly dead yet, but yeah. Fuck me, man. Fuck me. Right. Where was I? Yeah, I talked to the professor. Professor's super nice. And off the top of her head, she named 2 books that she could send me. Because she's so well read and well researched on what I want to research, which is so crazy. So that's great. And then we had the class, and it turns out the quizzes I took in the last 2 weeks for the class were both 5 out of 5s, which made me feel a little more confident. And we took the class, and then we saw the film, and I fell asleep. I just can't. I'm like narcoleptic. Last week and this week, I'm basically narcoleptic. And then we had a break, and then I bought a cake pop, and I ran into Ethan, Quan, and Kay. Not KJ. No. That was no. Yeah, no, that didn't happen yet. We went back to the classroom. We watched Lessons of Darkness, and then we left. And then I ran into Ethan, Quan, and Sharon Tao. And I said hi to Ethan Kwan. I asked him where he's heading. He's like, I'm heading to Daniel Pan. And I told him, tell him to read my script. And Ethan's like, yeah, he wanted to, but it's too long. Yeah, I don't know. I just hope somebody fucking reads my script. I feel like no one's reading my script aside from Kate, like, and Glenn and Ariel, I guess. But yeah, okay. So we had lunch, and I really hate that when I'm with Yuchin's friends, they're always going to eat ramen. It's like the only acceptable food. And the ramen around I love ramen, but the thing is the ramen around USC is god awful. And yeah, and please turn on, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, so we went to Ramen Kenjo, and I'm like, I don't really want to. But then there's no other good option, and Yuchin was like, why don't you get a poke bowl? So I got a poke bowl, and it's good. It's cheap. The bad thing is it's cheap as $13, which means it's not big, and I ordered half rice, half salad, which is a bad idea because it was not filling at all. And okay, there we go. It's going a little longer. Good job, laptop. Good job. I should give it a name. I should finally give it a name. Yeah, anyways. I took a bus back home, and then I spent a little time editing my experimental video. I also asked Yuchin to help me film. I filmed his face, and I swang my phone around to film the experimental video that I thought I have to submit tonight to Click to View. Turns out nobody submitted anything, but I finished editing it. It's ready. It's hot to go. So I debated myself whether I should go to Click to View or not because I'm too busy, I'm too tired, blah, blah, blah. I have too much to do. Well, I did. So I went to Click to View, and really the sole reason was because I wanted to see Sunny. I don't know why. I might as well follow my intuition. If I want to get closer to her, I might as well follow my intuition. And the funny thing is, before the meeting started, tons of people on the Discord chat were like, I can't go, I'm sorry, I can't go, Tavishi can't go, Julia Porter can't go, a bunch of people didn't go. And even today, like, Anya and Rachel, the twins, Riley Monroe, they were not there. And so today was like the smallest group, it was like 12 people, Cheyenne and Julian weren't there. So I arrived, but surprisingly Garrett was there. Garrett was never there. Garrett was there, and I saw Alex Grushka. Colin's there as per usual, which is shocking considering that Colin is now a 480 producer. But he's still fine and dandy, doing fine. And Leandra's there, Rachel Shin is there. And again, Leandra's doing her 310, right? But, yeah. Anyways, not much. We just watched some clips, and then we had a little discussion, talked about our project ideas, watched more clips, and then that's it. Pretty lame. I regretted going a little bit, but then I had a fun time. Talked a little bit, was quiet mostly. Jesus Christ. Great, my laptop. This is gonna take a while. I gotta stop my video. I'm running out of storage space. But yeah, it was a fun time, I guess. And then, yeah, they did mention Sunny, though, because, so Sarah, Hyun, and Yan, they're a couple, and their video project is about, like, Facebook Marketplace, and then Colin suggested, oh, maybe you can do some cool, fun computer screen effect thing. And then Liam was there, and Liam Wadey. Liam was like, oh, you should talk to Sunny because she's really good at this computer thing. So that's that. And then in my head, I'm like, maybe I should just text her again. So we left. I called a Lyft back, and I just texted her. I was like, hey, which is, by the way, can I say, that's so good. Like, I've evolved so much so that I can just text people now without remorse. Like, again, throw back to Mary. I couldn't even text her. I have to have an excuse. I have to run into her either on her birthday or Christmas, and then I say hi, and then I don't know what to do, and that's like as much as I can possibly do. But no, I texted Sunny, and then within minutes, Sunny texted back saying, oh, my bad, I'm just busy. I'll read it, I'll promise. And I'm like, oh, you're good. We're all busy. And then we didn't talk that much. I understand that she's busy. I also understand that she's not that close to me at the end of the day. But I did tell her that, I wanted to speak to you last week, but you just immediately left. And she's like, oh, my bad. I'm going to get back to you. And 2 is number 2, and U is the letter U. So, well, I've created a little opening. Maybe we'll talk at some point. Maybe we won't. But at least I'm doing something. At least I'm not being passive and being timid. She seems like a nice person, even though she also seems like a psychopath sometimes. So we shall see. And that's pretty much it. I'm nervous about tomorrow's Camps Fams because I've never done something like that before, and I'm barely finished with the slides, especially with my laptop going insane. Yeah, I mean, aside from that, Colin recently asked me, like just now when I was having dinner, Colin texted me if I'm interested to join his 480, which is, by the way, I've come so far. There we go, the logo's on. By the way, I've come so fucking far. I've come so far, by the way. I don't need to be in production. I don't need to take that silly CTPR 423 class. The producer, I watched him practice the pitch, and then now he's asking me to help out. Like, come on, Come on, brother, come on. I've come so far. And then I told him, oh, by the way, I'm graduating. He's like, damn, I forgot about that. But maybe he'll figure out something and sneak me onto set. I don't know, but I'd love to be there. I'd love to help out. Finally, a 480 that I completely root for. Not that giant thing. Forget about that. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yep. Okay, time now is, oh my god. Time now is 9:47 a.m. on April 17th. Yeah. I think 28 days away. 29? I don't know. I slept from when did I go to bed? 4:55, I think. Yeah. No. Yes? And now Theodora decides to get quiet. That's great. So I slept from... Yeah. I woke up at 9
10 a.m. But yeah, I think I slept like 4:50 or something, probably. And then I went back to bed for 10 more minutes, so 9:20, and then I suddenly saw the email saying, it's the professor, the religion professor, the complet professor, saying, today's class is canceled. I got a cold. See you next Tuesday. And I'm like, great. So I tried to sleep for half an hour more, and I couldn't fucking sleep because my roommate next door is like running up and down violently, and loudest footsteps ever, and then clanging bowls and pans and forks and knives in the kitchen, just like extremely aggressive clanging and clinging. I'm like, what the fuck? So the whole half an hour I did not fall asleep, and then here I am. Yeah, last night I couldn't even fucking finish the Google Slides because my laptop went insane for about an hour, 20 minutes. And, yeah. So I'm gonna try to finish it today. And the good thing is complet class is canceled, so I have more time to chill at home. And by more time I mean like, I don't know, what, an hour more? To just chill at home and just, finish the thing. And yeah, I haven't done anything else. I still don't have fucking ball sacks time to look for a job. I still haven't applied for OPT. I still haven't done a lot of stuff. Didn't watch anything last night because, again, my laptop freaked out, and also I don't have time in general, etc. I cannot wait for tomorrow. I cannot wait for tomorrow because I'm sleeping so hard tomorrow. You're not even gonna recognize me, man. I'm sleeping so hard. Yeah, but I'm excited for Camps Fest today. I'm excited for the free food, etc. And it's gonna be fun. And yeah, maybe I should go back to bed. I'm gonna go back to bed.
And then I edited it to lag.
Excuse me, can you make place on the table? Of course, I unfold 2 stools.
Okay, time now is 2:22 a.m. in the morning. I'm just gonna be as fast as possible. I don't have storage space. It's also kind of late. Yeah, today marks the end of week 14 out of 16. Holy shit, we are at the end of the road. We are at the end. Yeah, yeah, Jesus Christ, I think, yeah, today I woke up after 4 hours of sleep. I was really exhausted. And I just thought, I'm gonna have some time after I wake up to work on my PowerPoint for Camps Fams today. And so I woke up because I thought I had to go to a complet class. Turns out that class is canceled because the professor had a cold. And that's both a good thing and a not that good thing because I decided to go back to sleep. Except I didn't really fall asleep, but I just laid down for like half more hour and it felt very nice. But because of that, I only ended up having around 40 minutes to work on my Camps Fams thing, and I'm really cutting it close. I ran to the bus stop. I literally ran. Yesterday I ran to the bus. Today I ran to the bus. My legs were fucking hurting so bad. My calves were stone stiff. I was also in this fancy business casual suit, so it's just really weird situation. I arrived on campus and I had about 5 more minutes. I had about 5 more minutes to work on my PowerPoint, so I sat down on a couch and I worked on it. And I was basically freaking out. And then at 11:45, I immediately took an elevator up to the 3rd floor, or to the 2nd floor. And the moment I arrived, I was grabbing my laptop like this, looking like very disheveled and angry. Edith walks out, and she immediately sees me, and she's like, "Go, come in." So I follow her in, and I enter the classroom, and it's like packed, or it's not packed, but it's full of people. It's got professors, multiple professors. I wish I could name names, but I kind of don't want to name names. So the Star Wars professor, the the 192 sex, race, class, gender professor is in there, and I think a couple others as well, and then a bunch of students. I saw Avikai in the back. I saw Audrey, the Asian girl, in there, and then I saw Julian and Josh Silva sitting side by side, and they waved hi at me. And I'm like, oh god. In my head, I'm like, oh, what is going on? Shala walks into the room, and then I saw Cheyenne and another pretty young Asian girl, Asian American girl. Her name's Sally, sitting in the front row. So I sat down in the front row, and we just do the presentations. So it just happens. Okay, holy shit. And again, I was quite nervous, and doing this cams fams thing makes me realize how lacking I am in actual like film theory. Like, despite being in cams, I'm still more well versed in production. I think like I watch a lot of films, but that isn't necessarily film theory. But then I also make a lot of films, and I'm very particular about filmmaking. But in terms of like writing and reading about film, I'm still kind of lacking. And yeah, so the other girl went first, and she and also Cheyenne had this paper printed out, and they're reading off of it. And I'm like, I have nothing printed out. I just have a PowerPoint. So she did it, and the whole time I'm just like nervous about my own presentation. And then finally I did my presentation, and it was fine. I did my performance thing, talking out loud, very showy, show and tell. But I stuttered sometimes. You can tell I'm like a little nervous. And also as I'm giving my presentation, I can see people's faces, especially Grace Gordon and Edith Jung, the people who's running Cams Fams. I don't know why, but I have this sneaky feeling that they don't like me. And then near the end of the PowerPoint, I give a bunch of examples of like what new cinema is, and Edith was like, I saw her face, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna fucking roast. I'm gonna get flagellated. I'm getting humiliated in public. So we did the presentation. Cheyenne did hers, which is really good. She talked about Y Tu Mama Tambien and Georges Bataille and etc. And then another Chinese woman who's in grad school, she came out and she's like, okay, now for the Q&A. And I'm like, what? Since when? I know they're gonna ask questions, but I didn't know they're actually gonna do it. So us three, we sat on chairs in front, and the Chinese woman who's like a grad student, she asked each of us a question, but she asked me 2 questions because I guess my presentation is so interesting, and the questions are tough. She asked me to elaborate how the internet is going to alter essayist filmmaking, which is such a... I can answer, I tried my best to answer it, but it is such a broad... It's so niche, but it's also broad. Like, it's not trivial. Like, you can write a paragraph on this. And then I was asked about language and, like, the power of language in new cinema, which is, again, it's like 2 months ago, I don't even know how to use the word language in the scholastic way, But yeah, I think I did fine. And then we did a Q&A that's open up to the audience, and people only ask me questions. Cheyenne and the other girl, they are fine. My presentation was controversial, so Edith immediately asked me a question, and then another guy whom I've seen many times but I haven't spoken to. His name is Russell Forrest, and Edith and Russell Forrest asked me pretty similar questions on like what are you even doing? Like, why are you making a bunch of weird connections to a bunch of films, and like what do you mean the essay film is and the internet combined? And then for some reason I felt much more like up to the challenge when it's them asking me, and I was able to articulate and eloquently basically say that I have self-doubt when I made this presentation, but that's also part of the performance. And I feel like my presentation is either, like, to them it's either dog shit or is ingenious. It has nothing in between. If they get it, they get it. If they get that me presenting as part of the performance art, they're gonna get it. But it's just too fucking high IQ, I guess. Afterwards, we had lunch at the Cam's Lounge on the 3rd floor, and pretty nice sandwich, pasta, some Sprite, and then yeah, some salad or whatever. Talked a little bit, and then I was complimented. I was complimented by Pau, the Spaniard. I was complimented by a few people, but in my head I'm just like, ugh. And then even Josh Silva and Julian, I don't know what they really think, but they were like, yeah, it's pretty good. Reminds me of Rachel Ormond and Peter Vac, and I'm like, oh. But yeah, and then I went to the next section. There are 4 next panel. There are 4 speakers, including Shalin. Shalin's was pretty similar to mine. He did a presentation about doom scrolling and amateurist filmmaking. But I was falling asleep. I almost fell asleep, but I was like blinking really hard. I just can't. I'm narcoleptic at this point, and it got so bad that after that I went home, and then I just went to bed. I took a shower and I went to bed, and I slept for 1.5 hours, but somehow I turned off the alarm and I slept for 1 more hour. So I'm wide awake now, but I'm feeling great. I feel rejuvenated. And tomorrow I have no set, I have no events, no hangout, no nothing. I'm free. And I think I'm going to H Mart tomorrow. So I'm really excited to just sleep all day and also focus on other shit because I have other shit to deal with, obviously. And yeah, that's pretty much it. 2 weeks left. Don't really know what to say. Yeah.